What's up? I'm sorry, pull the plug, bitch!
What up? We're gonna get torching. Hopefully it's not too bad. But yeah, we're getting started here. Hopefully this works out well. Pull the plug. 3 podcasts. We're gonna be doing video casts sometimes. Again, sorry if the torching is too much. I'll know for the next time. But yeah, we're working on a whole bunch of different things. And I think this is one of the real amazing things that we're working on. Just had to make sure it was still going while it closed. Yeah, man. Mad excited about all the stuff that we've been thinking about trying to do and what we could advance everything and how we could take advantage of it. And I really want to shout out everyone that supported us. It's been an interesting move. Okay. Hold up. Okay. So yeah. We've been going off. This is episode 3, and the topic for episode 3 is going to be edibles, cannabis edibles, infused or sprayed. Because you know a lot of people are making edibles nowadays, and my lady, myself, and some of us been getting into it a little bit too, and dabbling and trying to figure out where we wanted to, kind of what we wanted to do with it. So I think at this point I've tried enough to kind of understand and maybe speak on it for a few minutes. And the moral of these podcasts and things are just to bring some new topics to light to let people understand. Give me 1 second. Cheers. Let's go. In the future, if this sounds like shit, guys, I promise I'll have it fixed in the future. Okay. Hope everyone's having a blessed day, first and foremost. Let's just start it off with that, and we're going to get this started. So, yeah, infused or sprayed edibles, something that I've gotten a chance to try a lot of. And, we don't have to even use names, and we probably won't use a lot of names, but we'll just say, like the majority of gummies these days. Now, there are some people that are making them by scratch, but let's be real. A lot of these are ones that they just go to Costco, buy them, and then they infuse them or spray them with clear. So they spray so much. So this is where I'm getting hung up at when you spray, and maybe I just haven't seen enough research on it. When you're spraying them, how do you calculate how much spray is actually landing directly on those? Because you're not sitting over it hosing it with it. You're like spraying it like you're spraying mist. So if you put a whole gram into a jar and you don't spray that whole gram, because by the time you spray that whole gram pumping it out, that's got to be a lot of liquid. It's gonna be soaking wet. There's no way. Maybe. What do you guys think? And what's the case on that? What do we do? Do you guys think that the infusing edibles are better than the sprayed edibles? For me, 9 times out of 10, it usually is. The stuff that people infuse when you're able to activate that THC and put it properly in there. Now, I don't mind a little weed taste, but lately I've been enjoying the fact that clear has zero taste at all. I'm able to ingest it, and it gets me extremely high and takes me to the next level for a long time. And again, did I mention it doesn't have any taste at all? And that's a great way about infusing with clear. Now, coconut oil, can of butter, these things work absolutely wonderful. And so that's why they're amongst these topics, because it's the same thing for me. Would you rather it be sprayed or would you rather it be infused? Because 9 times out of 10 they turn the trim to RSO or something like that and then turn it to that. However they end up deciding they want to do it. For me, that's craziness. But so talk to me. Let me know what you guys think on some of that and how you guys think about it. And some of the edibles on the market that are really great. Like we tried beef jerky. I've seen some people are making airheads now, which you got to be careful because obviously the Gorilla Glue people just got banned for that. But let's be 100% about it and just beat around some of the stuff and talk about the fact that some of these edibles are mislabeled out there. So the ones that are infused usually are labeled close to about the right labeling, or on the dot, one or the other. Depends on the person. Now again, people like to take it and cut it and take it and cut it, and they'll take a whole gram and it'll be in a spray bottle and they'll spray the whole gram on 60 bags of edibles. They don't get you that high though, because there's not a right amount of dosage of THC on the fucking edibles, guys. Let's be 100% about it. It's not all there. You're not getting your full high. If we infuse stuff and don't cut corners, you should have more than enough room to make money, and you should have more than enough, because clear isn't that much if you're using clear. Trim is definitely not that much. Clear is almost cheaper to buy than trim right now. You buy a pound of trim, you probably do a lot though with a pound of trim. You probably decarve it all, turn it into shitload. 2 ounces at a time, times what? You know what I mean? 8? Fire. You're gonna get at least 8 pounds of butter? At least, maybe? I don't know. These are things that we can all sit around and debate between all of us, guys. These are really potent ways to have in edibles. So you get an edible. I've had a couple different ones. I want to talk about a couple drinks. I've had Bubba's Brew, which is a local brand here in the area, and I've also tried Cannabis Quencher, I've tried a lot of different drinks, mind you. I've tried the Slacks, I've tried the Sippers, or excuse me, the Purple Panther. I've tried all of them. These two clear drinks in particular, for me, work the best. Nothing against any other company, but for me, the labeling on the milligram is on the dot. You can't compare syrups in the sense because they're supposed to be more concentrated, but for me, I feel like these clear drinks that are very simple but yet super fire are the ones that I enjoy. Those are the ones that work well. They get me medicated, and that's where I want to be at. I want to get medicated, guys. I don't want to just sit there and not be high after fucking drinking, after spending $10 on a drink. $10, $15 is a lot of money on a drink, guys. One drink. 15 is a half gram at least. 10, 15, a half gram of wax. That's a lot for me. I'd rather get that than get the drink. But if the drink will really fuck me up and I have an extra $10, 15, fuck it, I'll get it if it's worth it. Be real. So edible makers, when you're labeling, how are you doing your science? How do you calculate the math for what your milligrammage is? And how do you know for sure that you put the right milligrammage in there if you don't get them tested? You don't. Simple as that. You don't. With clear, it's a little more consistent on milligrammage. That's why I think that's why mainly the clear works well for me, because all the edibles I've had are hit and miss. You may get you may get a certain brand, and shout outs to Bubba's Brew, and shout outs to Cannabis Quencher. You might get a close a brand of chocolate who makes fire chocolates, and you've got them before and they got you fucking ripped. Then maybe 2 months later you tell your boy about them and you get them, they're not that good. They taste cool, but you don't get high. You're not faded like you were, and you expect it to be really high, and that was because you were like that last time. And to you, that was like the whole outcome. Like, hey, bro, we could get these chocolates, and they fuck me up, bro. They get me so high, they get me hella high. And that's fun to me, bro. I'm not gonna, I don't know. There's so much to build around uh, when it comes down to some of these guys. Like, you have to have a great understanding of your surroundings, of what you're ingesting, especially when it comes to edibles, because people will just kind of cut corners if they can, and to get an extra $50 on that order. You know, maybe most of those chocolates are all good, and there's a 10 in there that were made with some shitty trim that they wouldn't usually use, but they needed to fill the order. Inventory. This is something a buddy of mine stressed a lot. How do you become a major brand and continue to fill the inventory? So if you're infusing, it takes a lot longer of a process. Because if somebody was really making the gummies, which isn't that chemically, like, let's be 100%, anybody can make the gummies. Anybody could do that. This is not something that anyone can't do, and I think that more people try to make it seem like it's a science. It may be a science because it's your way of doing it, but it's not necessarily a science because anybody can make edibles. Anybody can make gummies. Anybody can make chocolates. Now, whether you're going to be that good or not, or it's going to come out the way you want it, or people are going to enjoy them, that's another fucking question. We're not going to even discuss that because we don't know. But let's be realistic on it. We love to do this, and so when I get a chance to try companies, and they end up having fire edibles, because I've gotten a lot, and most of the ones I'm telling you guys, most of the ones I've tried is clear based. Are clear based. It hits you immediately, almost immediately, and it's a great high. It's like the edible high that you always want. You know when you make edibles in the past and you would just put a bunch of brickweed in that bitch. You put the brickweed in there, you eat the brownie, you get fucking so high you get sick, and then that's it. And that wasn't the high you wanted. This is a level-headed high. I don't get burnt out. I don't get nothing. Like if I go to sleep, it's because I want to go to sleep. You know, I usually stay up and then lay down at the end of the night, and I'll get the best sleep I've ever gotten. With that being said, there's a lot to build around it, guys, and I would love to hear everyone's insight on edibles, whether infused or sprayed are better, and what sorry about that, and what you guys feel, and what how you think we could take advantage of these type of things, like advancing the community by having people label maybe their edibles the right labeling, for instance, because that's really what we need right now, guys. Is I want people to label them properly. I drink 100 milligrams of somebody else's, say Bubba's Brew, and get really fucking high, and then I drink Joe Schmo's drink, and it's supposed to be 200 milligrams, and it don't even affect me. I was just Kool-Aid with some weed taste in it. It wasn't even enjoyable because at least when you taste a clear-based drink like that, you only taste the drink. You don't taste the clear. I'm sure there are some drinks that maybe bring the raw out and you can taste it a lot, but for me, I can't. I can't. So I would love to hear everyone's insight. Please, if you get a chance, subscribe to the channel, 710youtube.com. Team X High. Find our gaming channel, Team X High. Look on there, youtube.com/absurd. If you look Team X High, you'll find both of the channels. Go to them, subscribe to both of them. Please, man, look out for everything. We got tons of different content. Terpomania and other things are on the way. Enjoy your day. Pull the plug, biatch. Yeah. Seriously, though, it's taco time.